Hey, I'm going to explain how we helped one of our clients reinstate their suspended Google Merchant Center account and a suspended linked Google Ads account. This is John Horn from StubGroup. We're the #1 resource for fixing Google suspensions and policy violations, and we're also one of the top premier Google partner digital advertising agencies in the world. So let's dig in. I want to tell you what the situation was and how we resolved it. So this client came to us and they needed help with their suspension issue. So they had an ad account that was suspended for circumventing systems, which is one of the most common suspension reasons that we see right after suspicious payments, which it says #1. And then they also had a Google Merchant Center account that was linked to the Google Ads account, and that Google Merchant Center account was suspended for misrepresentation, which is the most common suspension reason we see for Google Merchant Center accounts. So both accounts are dead, not able to advertise, and they don't know what to do. They've been trying to appeal things, figure things out on their own, and with no success. So they came to us, we dug in, figure out what's going on. And first of all, they have a number of complicating factors in their situation. This was not an easy, not a simple, straightforward suspension. So first of all, they were a distributor for the American market for a company based out of Italy. So they're using the brand name of the product created by this Italian company over here in America for their website, for their ads, etc. And they were completely allowed to do that. They had a distribution agreement with the Italian company, but that's something that often will flag Google as potentially being suspicious because Google doesn't know or believe that they actually are authorized to be using that brand name on their own website. You know, there's an Italian website that's got the brand name. Now there's a new website for America that's got the brand name. Google's algorithms picking that up and seeing that as a problem. So that was complication #1 that we had to deal with. Complication #2 is that they're in the health-related products space. And so there's information on their website about how these products can be helpful to your health, and just inherently, they're in a more of a sensitive vertical from Google's perspective. So you got that thrown on there as well. And then you have some other complicating factors just to make things more fun. So there were some other Google Ads accounts that were also still tied to that company that were in existence. And there was even another Google business profile account, used to be called Google My Business, that was kind of claimed for the business, but that was owned by a previous distributor who'd worked with the Italian company, somebody not related to our client and to their company, but still out there claimed with address information and business name information. So it was kind of a mess, frankly, in terms of what was going on. And Google was understandably confused about what was going on. So here's what we did to fix it. First of all, did a deep dive audit of the website. And we found a number of things that needed to be changed. Those included things like needing to add additional policy pages, add more contact information to the website, and also there were a lot of blog posts that talked about the genuine benefits of the products that were being advertised. But we know from our experience here at StubGroup, working with other clients who've hired us in the similar space, health-related supplements or products, that Google's very sensitive about what you say can be achieved by the products you're selling. Essentially, you have to be super careful about claims that you make, or just even the messaging and specific words that you use. And so we went through all their blog posts and edited them and said, okay, we need to add modifiers here. Let's not say this, let's say this, and basically brought it to a place where we thought Google would be less likely to flag particular words or phrases and would be comfortable with how the potential benefits of using the products was being described in these different blog posts as well as product pages. So we did that, found some other things that need to be fixed as well, basically got that whole package put together and had the client make those changes to their website. And then we appealed the ad account. So remember, the ad account is suspended for circumventing. And so we put together a very detailed appeal, and some of the big highlights we wanted to hit in there were establishing the relationship between the Italian manufacturer and the US distributor and providing documentation supporting that relationship, and then explaining all those other factors we mentioned about why there's other ad accounts, why there's other business profiles. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention there were also mistakes in the payment profile and how the information, like the billing address, had been entered into the Google Ads account. So we had to fix those things as well. And explain all that in the appeal, provide a lot of documentation to Google supporting everything that we were saying and claiming. And then we submitted that to Google, worked through the process with Google, and we got the ad account unsuspended. So awesome, good, but hey, we still have a suspended Google Merchant Center account, and if we can't fix that, then the client would not be able to run Google Shopping campaigns, which are going to be very important to their business. So next up, we tackled that misrepresentation suspension of the Google Merchant Center account. And with Google Merchant Center, it's also very important that you do a deep dive through the Merchant Center account, making sure that everything is set up properly, making sure the address in there matches what's on the website, making sure that you've got correct links to like return and refund policies, shipping policies, things like that. And so we got all that looking perfect. Again, we'd made all of those changes to the client's website per our audit, fixing all of those other issues that we'd found. And then we were able to request a review of that Google Merchant Center suspension, and we were successful. Google brought it back from the grave, and our client now has a working Google Ads account and Google Merchant Center account that are Google compliant and free of policy issues. So I hope that this success story gives you some hope if you are struggling right now with a suspension. It can feel like there's no hope, and sometimes Google is a brick wall and there's not much you can do about it. But often, if you work with someone who has the expertise of a StubGroup, somebody who's been doing this type of work for a decade, there are things that you can try, things you can do that can be successful often in getting you back online. So if you would want to reach out for help, please do. Go to StubGroup.com. We'd love to learn about your situation, see if we can help. And if you want more free information about Google suspensions and how to fix them, click somewhere on the screen here. We'll put some videos up to keep you in your learning journey. Please click that subscribe button as well so you don't miss our next video. And until the next time, farewell.